i wydawane wyłącznie przez prefekturę domu papieskiego. Jego świątobliwość znakiem krzyża i pozdrowieniem liturgicznym rozpocznie za chwilę to spotkanie. Przygotujmy się do przyjęcia Jego słowa i otrzymania Jego błogosławieństwa.
Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praise be Jesus Christ. Very happy Easter season, one and all, and a warm welcome to this live-streamed broadcast of Pope Francis' general audience for today, Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. My name is Christopher Wells. I'll be providing the English language commentary for today's audience. Whether you're joining us through the various Vatican media channels, the Vatican audio or radio app, the Vatican News web portal, or the Vatican News YouTube channel, or via one of our partner stations, including Radio Maria in Papua New Guinea, Radio Maria England, Catholic Faith Network in America, Shalom World TV, Salt and Light TV, Atmadarshan TV in India, EWTN TV, Catholic TV or Luminous Radio in India. A very warm welcome once again, one and all. In today's general audience, our Holy Father is continuing his reflection on old age, reflecting today on Psalm 71, verse 9, "Do not cast me off in the time of old age, forsake me not when my strength is spent." Pope Francis will begin the audience with the sign of the cross and the liturgical greeting, peace be with you, followed by the proclamation of the reading the Pope will be reflecting on this morning. The reading for today's audience is from the same Psalm, 71, and it will be verses 5 and 6 and verses 20 and 21. We'll hear the reading in various languages, including in English, here in a moment, after which the Holy Father will give his catechesis in Italian. I'll be providing an English language translation of the Holy Father's teaching. Following the catechesis, speakers will greet the Holy Father in major languages of the Vatican and then provide a summary of the Pope's teaching in their own language. The summaries of the catechesis are essentially the same for each language, so we won't be translating those. However, the Pope does, as we mentioned, greet people in their own language, and we will offer translation of that. At the conclusion of the audience, following his greeting to Latin speakers, Pope Francis will lead the faithful in praying the Our Father, which will be chanted in Latin, before giving his apostolic blessing. The blessing is extended not only to those present and to their loved ones, especially the elderly, the young, the sick, and to newlyweds, but also to all those listening live to the broadcast. For those of you watching on television, you can see the Holy Father is making his way in the Pope Mobile through St. Peter's Square. He has several young children who have joined him for the journey around the square, as is his custom. He enjoys greeting the faithful and giving people an opportunity to be close to him. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in Rome. It's been very hot here in these past couple of days. And the faithful are here present, enjoying the warm weather of this first day of the month of June, the month dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. This coming weekend, we'll see a couple of big events in the Vatican. The new Constitution Praedicate Evangelium on the reform of the Curia is getting ready to go into effect. That has been one of the chief mandates that the Holy Father has felt for his pontificate, the reform of the Roman Curia to make it more responsive to the needs of the Church. This coming Sunday, of course, we will celebrate the end of the Easter season. And on Sunday, we'll celebrate the Feast of Pentecost, one of the chief feasts of the Christian liturgical year. And the Holy Father has arrived at the top of the steps of St. Peter's. He's making his way to the chair where he will preside at this general audience. And in a few moments, he will greet us. You hear the cries of Viva Papa, long live the Pope, coming from the crowd with the response of the faithful. Today's audience, as we mentioned, with the sign of the cross and the formal greeting of Pope Francis to one and all, peace be with you, and the response, and with your spirit. As we mentioned, the greeting is followed by the reading chosen for today's audience. That's Psalm 71, verses 5 through 6 and 20 through 21. That reading is proclaimed first in Italian, then French, English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, and Polish. And at the conclusion of the catechesis, we'll hear a summary of the Pope's remarks in each of those languages, along with the greetings to the various language groups. The speaker will greet the Holy Father, and he in turn will say a few words in Italian to the faithful of those languages, which will then be translated into their languages. The Holy Father will begin the general audience.
Disponiamoci ad accogliere la sua parola e a ricevere la sua benedizione.
Nel nome del Padre, del Figlio e dello Spirito Santo. La pace sia con voi.
And now the readings.
Dal Libro dei Salmi. Sei tu, mio Signore, la mia speranza. La mia fiducia, Signore, fin dalla mia giovinezza. Su di te mi appoggiai fin dal grembo materno, dal seno di mia madre sei tu il mio sostegno. A te la mia lode senza fine. Molte angosce e sventure mi hai fatto vedere. Tu mi darai ancora vita, mi farai risalire dagli abissi della terra, accrescerai il mio onore e tornerai a consolarmi. Parola di Dio.
Lecture du livre des psaumes. Seigneur mon Dieu, tu es mon espérance, mon appui dès ma jeunesse. Toi, mon soutien dès avant ma naissance, tu m'as choisi dès le ventre de ma mère. Tu seras ma louange pour toujours. Toi qui m'as fait voir tant de maux et de détresse, tu me feras vivre à nouveau. À nouveau, tu me tireras des abîmes de la terre. Tu m'élèveras et me grandiras, tu reviendras me consoler. Parole du Seigneur.
A reading from the book of Psalms. For you, O Lord, are my hope, my trust, O Lord, from my youth. Upon you I have leaned from my birth. It was you who took me from my mother's womb. My praise is continually for you. You who have made me see many troubles and calamities will revive me again. From the depths of the earth you will bring me up again. You will increase my honor and comfort me once again. The word of the Lord.
Lesung aus dem Buch der Psalmen. Du bist meine Hoffnung, Herr und Gott, meine Zuversicht von Jugend auf. Vom Mutterleib an habe ich mich auf dich gestützt. Aus dem Schoß meiner Mutter hast du mich entbunden. Dir gilt mein Lobpreis allezeit. Du ließest mich viel Angst und Not erfahren. Du wirst mich neu beleben. Du führst mich wieder herauf aus den Tiefen der Erde. Bring mich zu Ehren. Du wirst mich wieder trösten. Wort des lebendigen Gottes.
Lectura del libro de los Salmos. Porque tú, Señor, eres mi esperanza y mi seguridad desde mi juventud. En ti me apoyé desde las entrañas de mi madre. Desde el seno materno fuiste mi protector, y mi alabanza está siempre ante ti. Me hiciste pasar por muchas angustias, pero de nuevo me darás la vida. Me harás subir de lo profundo de la tierra, acrecentarás mi dignidad y volverás a consolarme. Palabra del Señor.
Leitura do livro dos Salmos. Tu és a minha esperança, Senhor Deus, e a minha confiança desde a juventude. Em ti me apoio desde o seio materno, desde o ventre materno és o meu protetor. És objeto contínuo do meu louvor. Fizeste-me sofrer grandes males e aflições mortais, mas de novo me darás a vida. Das profundezas da terra me levantarás outra vez, aumentarás a minha dignidade, aproximando-te para me confortar. Palavra do Senhor.
قراءة من سفر المزامير. فإنك أنت أيها السيد رجائي، وأنت أيها الرب منذ صبايا معتمدي. من الرحم عليك اعتمدت، ومن بطن أمي أنت أخرجتني، ولك في كل حين تسبيحي. أنت الذي أراني كثيراً مضايق كثيرة وشروراً، لكنك تعود فتحييني، ومن أعماق الأرض تصعدني. تزيد في قدري وترجع فتعزيني. كلام الرب.
Czytanie z Księgi Psalmów. Ty, mój Boże, jesteś moją nadzieją. Panie, ufności moja od moich lat młodości. Ty byłeś moją podporą od narodzin, od łona matki moim opiekunem. Ciebie zawsze wysławiałem. Zesłałeś na mnie wiele srogich utrapień, lecz znowu przywrócisz mi życie i z głębin ziemi znów mnie wydobędziesz. Podnieś moją wielkość i pociesz mnie na nowo. Oto Słowo Boże.
Now we'll hear the Holy Father's catechesis.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno.
Dear brothers and sisters, good morning.
La bella preghiera dell'anziano
The beautiful prayer of the elderly man that we find in Psalm 71, which we just heard, encourages us to meditate on the strong tension that dwells in the condition of old age, when the memory of labors overcome and blessings received is put to the test of faith and of hope.
La prova si presenta già di per sé con la debolezza che accompagna il passaggio attraverso la fragilità e la vulnerabilità dell'età avanzata.
The test already presents itself with the weakness that accompanies the passage through the fragility and vulnerability of advanced age. And the psalmist, an elderly man who addresses the Lord, explicitly mentions the fact that there is no lack of those who take advantage of the elderly, to cheat them and to intimidate them in myriad ways. Often we read in the newspapers or hear news of elderly people who are unscrupulously tricked out of their savings, are left without protection, and abandoned without care, or are offended by forms of contempt and intimidated into renouncing their rights. Also in families. This is very serious, but it happens also in families. Such cruelty occurs within families. The elderly cast off or sent into rest homes.
L'anziano messo proprio all'angolo dell'esistenza.
The elderly are put into a corner of existence. It happens today. It happens in families. It happens often. We have to think about this. The whole of society must hasten to take care of its elderly. They're a treasure. They're increasingly numerous, and also often the most abandoned. When we hear of the elderly who are dispossessed, who have their autonomy taken away, their security, even their homes, we understand that the ambivalence of today's society with regard to old age is not a problem of occasional emergencies, but it's a feature of that throwaway culture that poisons the world we live in. The older person of the psalm confides his discouragement to God. My enemies speak concerning me. Those who watch for my life consult together and say, God has forsaken him. Pursue and seize him, for there is none to deliver him. The consequences are fatal. Old age not only loses its dignity, but it even doubts that it deserves to continue. In this way, they hide sicknesses, and people feel they have to hide sicknesses in old age. And how is it that politics, which is so committed to defining the limits of a dignified survival, is at the same time insensitive to the dignity of a living coexistence with the old and the sick? The elderly person of the psalm, which we've heard, who sees his old age as a defeat, rediscovers trust in the Lord. He feels the need to be helped, and so he turns to God. St. Augustine, commenting on this psalm, exhorts the elderly, "Fear not that you be cast away in that weakness, in that old age. Why do you fear lest he should forsake you, lest he cast you away for the time of old age, when your strength shall have failed? Yea, at that time in you will be the strength of him, when your strength shall have failed. So St. Augustine. And the elderly psalmist invokes God, saying, Deliver me and rescue me. Incline thy ear to me and save me. Be thou to me a rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. This invocation testifies to God's faithfulness and calls on his ability to rouse consciences that have been diverted by insensibility to the span of mortal life, which must be protected in its entirety. Again, he prays thus, O God, be not far from me. O my God, make haste to help me. May my accusers be put to shame and consumed. With scorn and disgrace may they be covered, who seek my hurt. It's verses 12 and 13 of the psalm. Indeed, shame should fall on those who take advantage of the weakness of illness and old age. Prayer renews in the heart of the elder the promise of God's faithfulness and his blessing. The elderly man rediscovers prayer and bears witness to its strength. Jesus, in the Gospels, never rejects the prayer of those who are in need of help. The elderly, by virtue of their weakness, can teach those who are living in other ages of life that we all need to abandon ourselves to the Lord to invoke his help. In this sense, we must all learn from old age. Yes, there is a gift in being elderly, understood as abandoning oneself to the care of others, starting with God himself. There is then a magisterium of fragility. Don't hide your fragility. No. It's a reality. There's a magisterium of frailty which old age is able to remind us of in a credible way for the whole span of human life. Don't hide old age. Don't hide the fragility that comes with old age. This is a teaching for all of us. This magisterium opens up a decisive horizon for the reform of our own civilization, a reform that is now indispensable for the benefit of the coexistence of all. The marginalization, conceptual and also practical, of old age corrupts all seasons of life, not just our own families. How do I relate to them? How do I find them? The elderly who are in my own family. Let us think of our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, our uncles, our friends, and aunts and friends. It offers us a certain wisdom for life. Remember that you too will be an old person one day, perhaps. Old age is for everyone. And how would you like to be treated in old age? That's how you should be treating the elderly now. They're the memory of our culture, our families, our societies, and there's a certain wisdom that they have. May the Lord grant the elderly who are part of the Church the generosity of this invocation and of this provocation. And this is for the good of all of us, of them, of us, and of our children. Thank you. The Holy Father's catechesis will have the full text of the catechesis available on our VaticanNews.va website later this morning, along with a summary of the Holy Father's remarks. And now we hear the first of the greetings. The French speaker greets the Holy Father in the name of all those who speak the French language. And in a moment, we'll give a summary of the Pope's teaching.
Nous chanterons le Saint-Père en latin.
As we mentioned, the Holy Father will then greet the French speakers in Italian, and his remarks will be translated into French for all those who speak the language.
Il bénira également les chapelets et les autres objets de dévotion que vous avez apportés à cette intention. Voici le résumé en français de la catéchèse que vient de prononcer le Saint-Père. Chers frères et sœurs, aujourd'hui le psalmiste, dans sa vieillesse, nous fait entendre sa prière au Seigneur. Pour les personnes âgées, l'épreuve réside déjà dans la faiblesse et la vulnérabilité qui les accompagnent et qui trop souvent suscitent envers elles abandon, tromperie, domination et abus. Le psalmiste voit sa vieillesse comme une défaite et redécouvre dans le même moment la confiance dans le Seigneur. La prière renouvelle dans le cœur des aînés la promesse de la fidélité et de la bénédiction de Dieu. Et nous le savons, Jésus entend toujours les prières de ceux qui ont besoin d'aide. Dans nos sociétés modernes qui se veulent avancées, il est saisissant de voir combien la culture du déchet, empoisonnant notre monde, est prégnante. Elle suscite un malaise en face de la maladie et de la vieillesse. La marginalisation des aînés blesse tous les âges de notre civilisation, pas seulement les personnes âgées, perçues comme une perte de dignité ou en doute même qu'elle vaille la peine d'être vécue. Pourtant, les personnes âgées nous enseignent, à tous et tout au long de notre vie, la nécessité de nous abandonner aux soins des autres, à commencer par Dieu. Ce magistère de la fragilité est décisif pour notre civilisation. Maintenant, le Saint-Père va saluer en italien les fidèles de langue française.
Saluto cordialmente le persone di lingua francese, in particolare i liceali dell'Immacolata Concezione di Laval e gli studenti dell'Istituto dell'Oratorio di Lyon. I nostri anziani sono magistero vivente. Attraverso la loro fragilità ci insegnano la necessità di abbandonarci al Signore e agli altri. Chiediamo al Signore di entrare con fede nella saggezza di questa fragilità perché possa rendere le nostre società più umane e fraterne. Dio vi benedica.
Vous saluant en français, le Saint-Père vient de dire « Je salue cordialement les personnes... »
I cordially greet the French-speaking people, especially the high school students of the Immaculate Conception in Laval and the students of the Institute of the Lyon Oratory. Our elders are a living magisterium. Through their frailty, they teach us the need to abandon ourselves to the Lord and to others. Let us ask the Lord to enter with faith into the wisdom of this fragility so that it can make our societies more humane and fraternal. May God bless you. Now we hear the greetings in English.
Most Holy Father, the English-speaking pilgrims and visitors wish to express to you their sentiments of deep respect and esteem, and to assure you of their prayers for your ministry as the successor of Peter. At the end of the audience, we will sing together the Our Father in Latin. His Holiness will then impart his apostolic blessing, which he extends in a particular way to the members of your families at home. He also intends to bless any religious articles you may have brought for this purpose. And in a special way, his blessing goes to your children, the elderly, and those who are sick. The following is a summary of the whole.
Heiliger Vater, die Gläubigen deutscher Sprache möchten Ihnen ihre herzliche Zuneigung und aufrichtige Verbundenheit bekunden und versichern Sie zugleich Ihres Gebets in allen Anliegen Ihres universalen apostolischen Dienstes. Zum Abschluss dieser Audienz singen wir gemeinsam das Vaterunser in lateinischer Sprache. Danach wird der Heilige Vater allen den apostolischen Segen erteilen. Gern schließt er darin ihre Angehörigen ein besonders die Kranken, die Kinder und die älteren Menschen. Zugleich segnet er auch die Rosenkränze und die übrigen Andachtsgegenstände, die Sie dafür mitgebracht haben. Es folgt nun eine Zusammenfassung der Katechese des Heiligen Vaters in deutscher Sprache. Liebe Brüder und Schwestern, bei Psalm 71, aus dem wir einen Ausschnitt gehört haben, handelt es sich um das Gebet eines älteren Menschen, der angesichts seiner spürbar schwindenden Kräfte Gott um Hilfe anruft. Er erlebt nicht nur die eigene Schwäche, sondern auch die Angst, alleingelassen, betrogen und in seiner Würde missachtet zu werden. Diese bedrückende Erfahrung des Ausgeliefertseins machen viele, manchmal sogar innerhalb der eigenen Familie. Das Alter bzw. der alte Mensch scheint nur noch einen geringen Stellenwert in unserer Wegwerfgesellschaft zu haben. Mehr oder weniger unverhohlen wird bisweilen die Frage laut, ob solch ein Leben überhaupt noch würdig und lebenswert sei. Wie ist eine solche Infragestellung alter, kranker und schwacher mit den oft beschworenen Werten unserer fortschrittlichen und wohlhabenden Gesellschaft zu vereinen? Warum haben wir solche Schwierigkeiten im Umgang mit Alter und Krankheit? Dabei könnte die Gesellschaft gerade von den alten und schwachen Menschen etwas Entscheidendes lernen, das für alle Menschen, egal welchen Alters, gilt, in späteren Jahren jedoch besonders hervortritt, dass wir alle in irgendeiner Weise hilfsbedürftig und aufeinander angewiesen sind. Der Gläubige erkennt darüber hinaus, dass er sich auf den verlassen kann, von dem letztlich alles abhängt, auf Gott. Mit dem Psalmisten darf er beten: Du bist mein Fels und meine Festung. Du bist meine Hoffnung, meine starke Zuflucht. Der Heilige Vater richtet nun einen kurzen Gruß auf Italienisch an die deutschsprachigen Gläubigen.
Cari pellegrini di lingua tedesca, lo Spirito Santo che invochiamo specialmente in questi giorni prima della Pentecoste ci insegni lo stile di Gesù e ci rinfranchi nella verità e nell'amore. Signore, manda il tuo Spirito e rinnova la faccia della terra.
Liebe Pilger deutscher Sprache, der Heilige Geist,
Dear German-speaking pilgrims, may the Holy Spirit, whom we invoke, especially in these days before Pentecost, teach us the style of Jesus and refresh us in truth and love. Lord, send your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. We'll now have the exchange of greetings in Spanish. Pope Francis will himself give the summary for his native language after he is greeted by the speaker. Again, we will not translate his summary, but we will translate his greetings to the Spanish people, which we will give in Spanish after he finishes with his summary.
Al final de este encuentro se cantará el Padre Nuestro en latín. Después, su santidad impartirá la bendición apostólica que extiende complacido a los niños y a los ancianos, a los enfermos y a cuantos sufren. Bendice también los rosarios y objetos de devoción que los peregrinos llevan consigo.
Portuguese.
Santo Padre, Os fiéis de língua portuguesa desejam testemunhar-lhe afeto filial e fidelidade sincera e rezam por todas as intenções do seu ministério apostólico universal. Ao final da audiência, cantaremos a oração do Pai Nosso em latim. Depois, o Santo Padre concederá a bênção apostólica, de modo especial às crianças, aos idosos e aos doentes. Abençoará também os rosários e demais objetos de devoção que cada um traz consigo. Leio agora um resumo da catequese que o Santo Padre acaba de pronunciar. Na leitura inicial, o ancião volta-se para Deus numa daquelas situações de abandono, fraude e prepotência que às vezes assolam o tempo da velhice. Acontece lermos os jornais ou ouvirmos nos noticiários casos de idosos a quem roubam as suas economias, abandonam sem cuidados ou intimidam, desprezando os seus direitos. Inclusive em ambientes familiares, vemos idosos expropriados de sua pensão de ancianidade e até mesmo de sua casa. Quem explora assim a fragilidade humana devia sentir vergonha. É, portanto, urgente que a sociedade se dedique com seriedade a cuidar dos seus idosos, combatendo a cultura do descarte. Perguntemo-nos: por que motivo a civilização moderna e a política se mostram tão insensíveis à dignidade de conviver com os idosos e os doentes? O ancião do Salmo, quando lhe fizeram ver a sua velhice como uma derrota, reencontrou a confiança em Deus, ganhando forças na oração. Não me abandones, Senhor, quando já não tiver forças. Os idosos, na sua debilidade, ensinam-nos que todos temos necessidade de nos entregar a Deus. Chamemos-lhe o magistério da fragilidade, que é capaz de abrir um horizonte decisivo para a reforma da nossa civilização. Aproveitemo-lo. Agora o Santo Padre saúda em italiano os fiéis de língua portuguesa.
Saluto i fedeli di lingua portoghese, in particolare i gruppi di pellegrini del Brasile e di Faro, Portogallo. Gli studenti e i professori della scuola secondaria di Sobreira. Ieri, a chiusura del mese di maggio, abbiamo rivolto alla Madonna la nostra insistente domanda per la pace. Rimaniamo uniti a lei nell'attesa di una nuova Pentecoste, chiedendo che il dono dello Spirito Santo ci faccia riscoprire sentieri di dialogo e di unità. Vi affido alla materna protezione della Vergine Maria e vi benedico di cuore.
Eis a tradução de suas palavras. Saúdo os fiéis de língua
I greet the Portuguese-speaking faithful, especially the groups of pilgrims from Brazil and from Faro in Portugal, the students and teachers of Sobreira Secondary School. Yesterday, at the close of the month of May, we addressed our insistent request for peace to Our Lady. We remain united with her as we await a new Pentecost, asking that the gift of the Holy Spirit may lead us to rediscover paths of dialogue and unity. I entrust you to the maternal protection of the Virgin Mary, and I bless you from my heart. Now we'll hear the greetings in Arabic.
أيها الأب الأقدس، يسر المؤمنين الناطقين باللغة العربية الحاضرين هنا أن يعبروا لكم عن مشاعر الاحترام والتقدير وشكرهم البنوي، ويرفقونها بصلواتهم الدائمة إلى الله من أجل قداستكم وخدمتكم كخليفة القديس بطرس. في نهاية هذه المقابلة سنرتل معاً صلاة الأبانا باللغة اللاتينية، ثم سيمنح الأب الأقدس جميع الحاضرين البركة الرسولية، ويشمل بها جميع أحبائكم، وخاصة الأطفال والمتزوجين حديثاً والمسنين والمرضى والمتألمين بآلام شديدة. وسيبارك كذلك المسابح والأشياء التقوية التي يحملها معه كل واحد منكم. إليكم ملخص التعليم المسيحي لقداسة البابا فرانسيس. تكلم قداسة البابا اليوم على الشيخوخة في المزمور 71 وقال: وخداع له ومراوغته وترهيبه والإساءة إليه وحرمانه استقلاليته وسلامته حتى مسكنه. هناك في الواقع من يستغل المسنين بألف طريقة، والمجتمع مقصر في حمايتهم. مجتمعنا متقدم في أمور، لكنه غير متقدم في هذا المجال. لذلك يجب على المجتمع بأسره أن يسرع في تجديد التزامه لرعاية كبار السن. صاحب المزمور الذي رأى في شيخوخته هزيمة وضع يأسه بين يدي الله وصلى، واكتشف من جديد ثقته بالله. فالصلاة تجدد وعد أمانة الله وبركته في قلب كبير السن الذي يشهد على قوتها. كبير السن ينبهنا جميعاً أننا بحاجة بعضنا إلى بعض، وأننا أولاً بحاجة إلى الله. والآن تحية البابا باللغة الإيطالية لأبناء الشرق الناطقين اللغة العربية.
Saluto i fedeli di 𝒂𝒂𝒏. Gli anziani, a motivo della loro debolezza, possono insegnare a chi vive altre età della vita che tutti abbiamo bisogno di abbandonarci al Signore, di invocare il suo aiuto, perché Dio è sempre la nostra speranza, Dio è il nostro sostegno. Il Signore vi benedica tutti e vi protegga sempre da ogni male.
أحيي المؤمنين الناطقين باللغة العربية.
I greet the Arabic-speaking faithful. The elderly, because of their weakness, can teach those in other ages of life that we all need to surrender ourselves to the Lord, to call on His help, for God is always our hope and support. May the Lord bless you all and protect you always from all evil.
لأن الله هو دائما رجاؤنا وسندنا. بارككم الرب جميعا وحماكم دائما من كل شر.
And now the Polish.
Ojcze Święty, pielgrzymi z Polski i z innych krajów pragną przekazać Waszej świątobliwości wyrazy synowskiego oddania i szczerej wierności, zapewniając o modlitwie we wszystkich intencjach Jego apostolskiej posługi. Na zakończenie audiencji zaśpiewamy modlitwę Ojcze Nasz po łacinie. Po jej zakończeniu Ojciec Święty udzieli nam apostolskiego błogosławieństwa, obejmując nim szczególnie dzieci, osoby w podeszłym wieku i dotknięte cierpieniem. Pobłogosławi także różańce i dewocjonalia, jakie pielgrzymi przynoszą ze sobą. Oto streszczenie katechezy Ojca Świętego. Piękna modlitwa starca, którą usłyszeliśmy w psalmie 71, zachęca nas do rozważenia intensywnego napięcia istniejącego w okresie starości, gdy pamięć o przebytych trudach i doświadczeniach jest wystawiona na próbę wiary i nadziei. Słyszymy bowiem informacje o osobach starszych, które bywają oszukiwane, żeby przywłaszczyć sobie ich oszczędności, albo że zostawia się ich bez opieki, lub są narażane na obrażanie i zastraszanie, aby zrezygnowały ze swoich praw. Gdy osoby starsze pozbawiane są autonomii, bezpieczeństwa, a nawet mieszkania, rozumiemy, że dzisiejsza ambiwalencja społeczeństwa wobec nich nie jest już problemem sporadycznych sytuacji kryzysowych, ale cechą kultury odrzucenia, w której starość nie tylko traci swoją godność, lecz wręcz wątpi się, czy zasługuje na to, by trwała. Dlatego wszyscy mamy pokusę ukrywania naszej kruchości, choroby, wieku, starości, ponieważ obawiamy się, że są one przedsionkiem do utraty godności. Osoby starsze ze względu na swoją słabość mogą uczyć tych, którzy przeżywają inny okres życia, że wszyscy musimy powierzyć się Panu i przyzywać Jego pomocy. Istnieje więc magisterium słabości, które otwiera decydującą perspektywę dla reformy naszej własnej cywilizacji. Obecnie Ojciec Święty pozdrowi nas, Polaków, w języku włoskim.
Saluto cordialmente i polacchi. Oggi iniziamo il mese dedicato al Sacro Cuore di Gesù, fonte di amore e di pace. Apritevi a questo amore e portatelo fino ai confini della terra, testimoniando la bontà e la misericordia che scaturiscono dal cuore di Gesù. Questo appello rivolgo in particolare ai giovani che si incontreranno sabato prossimo all'Etnica, luogo significativo per la fede dei polacchi. Dio vi benedica.
Oto słowa Ojca Świętego. Serdecznie pozdrawiam Polaków.
I cordially greet the Poles. Today we begin the month dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the source of love and peace. Open yourselves to this love and take it to the ends of the earth, bearing witness to the goodness and mercy that flow from the heart of Jesus. This appeal I make especially to the young people who will meet next Saturday in Lednica, a significant place for the faith of Poles. May God bless you.
Niech Bóg wam błogosławi.
Santo Padre, i fedeli di lingua italiana desiderano esprimerle filiale affetto e sincera fedeltà e pregano
And finally, the greetings in Italian.
universale ministero apostolico.
As the catechesis was given in Italian, of course, there is no summary. Simply the exchange of greetings and the direction that we will sing the Our Father together in Latin before the Holy Father gives his apostolic blessing. Once again, a reminder to all those listening in live that we too are able to receive the Holy Father's blessing. We invite everyone to open their hearts to receive that blessing. Today, he said he talks about his concern about the export of grain from Ukraine, upon which millions of people depend.
Per garantire il diritto umano universale a nutrirsi, per favore, non si usi il grano, alimento di
And please don't use food that other people need as a weapon of war.
Rivolgo un cordiale benvenuto ai pellegrini di lingua italiana. Particolare
I
saluto
extend a
alla
cordial
Fondazione
welcome to
Bilancio
a cordial
del
greeting to
Maggiore
Italian-speaking pilgrims. In particular, I greet the Foundation 𝐿𝑣𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒂 of Lucca with Archbishop Paolo Giulietti, the pastoral unit of the Historic Center of the city of Salerno, the new prison chaplains who are participating in a formation meeting, and the band of Castellano Grotte. We'll offer a little song for him.
Sono bravi questi musicisti, eh?
They're really good musicians, aren't they? The Pope says, and he continues, finally, my thoughts go as usual to the elderly, to the sick, to the young, and to newlyweds. Next Sunday, we will celebrate the Solemnity of Pentecost. May the Holy Spirit be for you, young people, as wind and fire that preserves you from torpor, impelling you to the love of great ideals and commitment to the Church and to society. May the Holy Spirit be for you, the elderly and the sick, the Comforter who accompanies you in your daily toil, giving you the certainty of God's love. May He be for you, and newlyweds, the source of communion that makes you grow in mutual love, and to all my blessing. We'll now sing the Our Father in Latin with the Holy Father, after which he will give us his blessing.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
The Apostolic Blessing, the Holy Father concludes his audience, which took place today in the bright sunshine of St. Peter's Square. On behalf of Vatican Radio, I'd like to thank all of our partners who help make these live broadcasts possible, especially Radio Maria Papua New Guinea, Radio Maria England, Catholic Faith Network in America, Shalom World TV, Salt and Light TV, Atmadarshan TV, EWTN TV, Catholic TV, and Luminous Radio in India. Thanks to all of our producers and technicians here in studio who make what we do possible. And thanks to all of you for joining us this morning for full coverage of today's catechesis, along with the Pope's appeal for an end to the use of grain as a weapon of war, to an end to the blockade of grain coming from Ukraine. We do invite you to visit our Vatican news web portal, www.vaticannews.va. Once again, that's www.vaticannews.va. That's our web portal. You can also check out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube accounts for the latest updates on news from here in the Vatican and around the world. My name is Christopher Wells. It's been a great pleasure providing the English language translation of today's audience. And this concludes the live-streamed broadcast of Pope Francis's general audience of Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. Praised be Jesus Christ. Laudetur Jesus Christus.